Test. Let me know how we sounding, y'all. Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, my boy? I see you up in here. Y'all watch the Sunday chart analysis. GU did a nice drop last night. It's retracing right now, but that thing did a nice drop from the Sunday chart analysis. So we're looking to see if it's going to retest that level. And the EJ's filling up that gap like we talked about as well. So we're going to be looking at JPY buys and possible GU sells. Again, there is no high impact news today. So we're just simply waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Got a new video dropping for you at the beginning of New York session as well. I got a lot of videos lined up for you. I told you I was going to bulk record this weekend. I got a lot of banger videos lined up for y'all. So make sure you're on the lookout for that, y'all. Let's see what this next 5 minute looks like. What's going on, Shana? I see you up in here. All right, so we're like we've been talking about, we're on a nice win streak right now. So since we're on a win streak, let's talk about win streaks. All right, so here's what not to do when you're on a win streak. And I'm probably going to send I was supposed to do it this weekend, but I was busy. So I'm probably going to send a message out to the members later on today. But when you have a good week, or you had a good week, you're having a good month, the last thing you want to do is get overconfident. What do I mean by that? You start rushing setups, skipping over rules, right? You got to remember the reason why you're having success is based off the system and the rules you are following, right? It's not just because you're just, whatever. The reason why you're seeing success is because you're sticking to the system and the rules. And I see this all the time, like especially when we have crazy win streaks like these, people get overconfident and stop treating the trades like they were previous weeks, right? Before the win streak began. You still want to, again, risk the same amounts every single trade. You don't want to start risking more because you started winning more, right? Because that's going to throw you off. As soon as you take that loss, that first loss, especially when it's off a bigger position than you normally would have took, that's going to fuck with you mentally. That's where the revenge trading comes. And the next thing you know, that one loss turned into, you know what I'm saying, you're just destroying all the profits you have. So you just got to stay focused every week. Every week you just got to stay focused. And again, keep the wins bigger than the losses and keep the losses to the minimum, right? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Always risk the same amount. Make sure you're always going for bigger winning trades. And also make sure you win way more than you lose. And it's literally, and you just have to not let winners turn to losers and not overtrade. It's literally impossible to lose. So we got both the JPY pairs doing retest right now. If EJ can hold 173.30 as support, we can look for buys to come back up to these highs at 173.75. And then GJ, I like EJ better than GJ, but like we talked about and like we've been talking about all month, again, we've just been consolidating right here. I started talking about EJ because like we was talking about last week during the lives, we noticed that it broke out of that consolidation point, right? Made a new higher high. But as we can see on the smaller time frame, they're both doing similar actions, right? But on the bigger time frames, market structure wise, we see two completely different outcomes playing out. New 5 minutes just popped up. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. But y'all already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. Yeah, but GU did a nice drop. So we're either going to wait for one of two things. We're either going to wait for price to retrace back and maintain 34.35 as resistance, or see if it can break below and hold 34.05 as resistance. And if it can do that, we can look for sales going down to 33.75. What's going on, Johnny? I see you up in here. Can you see gold bouncing for sell from 359? Let's pull it up. Type what price you're talking. Retype the price you're talking about. Do the four numbers so I know what you're talking about. I don't trade that way. I don't do all that stuff. And you should know that. I know it's been a little bit since you've been in the group, but I don't trade all that. You watch any of my trade breakdowns, just simply market flow. I don't do all that extra stuff. But as far as gold, I'm just waiting for price to do one of two things. If it can break below, hold 33.24 as resistance, I'm gonna look for sales. Or if it breaks above, holds 33.74 as support, I'm gonna look for buys. That's my game plan. That was the game plan last week. We caught some nice setups, and then a couple weeks ago, that was the game plan for sales, and we caught nice setups. So I'm just waiting for the uptrend to continue. And I talked about the Sunday chart analysis. So y'all didn't watch the Sunday chart analysis, make sure to watch that. All right. Especially when we're going into Monday and Tuesday live streams, because nothing's really going to change from that analysis. Now, Wednesday and Thursday, Friday is a little bit different, but make sure to watch those Sunday chart analysis, y'all. What I think about gold, I just went over that. So, yeah, right now I'm just letting it do its thing. I got my alerts, and I don't care what it does right now. I'm just waiting for it to either break above or below my levels. I'm mainly focusing on EJ and GU right now. I mean, if you want to go for a sell there, you can go for a sell there. I'm just personally not. But you want to go for like a scalp and a short-term move, yeah, you can definitely see that, what you're talking about. But like the moves we take end up being short-term moves, but they're based off the bigger picture. Right? Like, for example, if y'all was in Friday's live, We literally caught this big move off the 115-minute candlestick, right? But this was based off the bigger picture, um, and just like a few other trades too. But yeah, it's still bearish momentum right now. But for the downtrend to come into play, we just need to hold as low as resistance, which is why when we look at last week, why the price was consolidating here and kept on rejecting these two levels, because again, we need volume to kick in, like we saw Monday and Tuesday last week, for the bullish or for the bearish momentum to come into play. Excuse me. Make sure I like the live, y'all. Shout out to those that already like the live. New 15 just popped up. Again, from the Sunday chart analysis, GU did a nice dump. It's retracing right now. Again, tapped the level perfectly, as you can see right here. Now it's making its way back up. So let us see. We see a retest off that to look for possible sell setup. And then we're just watching the JPY pairs for possible buys as well. Like I said, like we're going as far as the futures, like US30, SPX, ES, they literally gapped and made the higher highs we was talking about last week. So that's why I'm going to really trade them unless they retrace. Just going to remember last week we was talking about consolidation and then breaking these levels, making new higher high, new all-time highs. That's exactly what US30 did. Caught that higher high up. You can see it gapped, broke past this level. So unless it retraces back down to these levels, I'm not really going to mess with it this week. Oops. Those just joining the stream, we have not entered anything yet. This is the trade idea. We have not entered anything yet. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join a free signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. I'm going to pull it up in a little bit as well. We see EJ doing a nice retest right here. I do like this. It filled up that gap like we was talking about. If we can maintain a whole 173.25 support, we're going to be looking for buys going back up to these highs right here at 173.75. Just looking to see if we can hold this level right here. Whoops, I done clicked something on accident. Hopefully it doesn't pop up. But yeah, we went absolutely crazy again last week. You know, I don't know what else to say, y'all. Again, make sure to take advantage of the sale. Everything is 20% off using code It's My Time at checkout. But yeah, we went 5-0 again last week. Again, every one of these trades we broke down and talked about the Sunday chart analysis at the beginning of the week. If y'all was in Friday's live, we entered that trade live. Thursday's live. I don't think we entered Thursday's live. Let me double check. All the trades are time stamps. So let me just pull it up and take a look really quick. No, we didn't. We entered that during the real session. Let me see. So the 23rd, what day was the 23rd? That was what, Wednesday? So Wednesday's trade we entered live. Friday's trade we entered live on stream. Let's see. Yeah, so those 2 days we entered live on stream. The other days they played out during the New York session, but we talked about during the Sunday chart analysis as well as during the live streams. But yeah, we've been going absolutely crazy, y'all. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. GJ and EJ are holding that level nicely. I want to see, as long as it doesn't do a crazy move in this candlestick, I want to see how this candlestick closes and holds. But I am liking how EJ's looking. GU's retracing as well. We're going to see if we can maintain the hold 34, 35 as resistance and see if we can catch that drop. Again, in Friday's live, we talked about this GU setup as well. That went as projected also. And again, this is why I always talk about reversal territories, right? Because price rejected this level, but then look what it did. It went all the way back down to here. Now, again, why is that? Because the rules of the uptrend did not come into play yet. This is why, again, you don't want to be in such a rush to chase price. Whoops, what did I just delete? You want to follow the flow of price. Delete something. There we go. Yeah, we're going to see what this next 5 minute looks like. We're going to put it back on. It's currently just chilling right there. We'll see what this next 15 looks like. GJ is doing a nice move though. Like I said, market structure wise, I like EJ over GJ, but on the smaller time frames, they're basically doing the same thing. GU didn't retest that level, but it did come back into his level of traffic and worked hard. So everybody see what this next 15 looks like. We might enter if I like what I see. But again, I'm in no rush. In no rush. Again, as far as news, there's no news today. So we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Yeah, that's a nasty wick. Again, I'm not worried about if it doesn't retest and pushes down because I'll just go for a sell at the next level. Because again, you don't want to chase price. You know, you're always going to be missing pips and setups, right? When you're in a trade, you're missing setups, right? When you're asleep, you're missing setups. After you're done for the day, you're missing setups. So yeah, that's why we want to wait to see if it can close and hold. Because again, earlier it was up here in green. Now we see price rejecting down. So got a new video dropping for y'all later on today at the beginning of New York session. Make sure to have y'all's noties on. If y'all have not caught up to the videos, make sure to check out all the videos all week. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker underscore wait, TikTok underscore playmaker wait underscore. I have to check, but I should have my live access back. So if I don't go live today, I'm definitely going live tomorrow. I just gotta check my schedule, see if I got time today. But yeah, so I got live access back. Like I said, I'm not gonna be doing what I was doing last week because I think I understand what the issue was. But any members, I know a couple of y'all DM me, but I gotta look up on my end how to do it. But if y'all any members want to be mods on TikTok, let me know because I don't be paying attention to be hopping up in there. But I'm gonna need somebody to pay attention to who's in there to make sure no BS be going on while I'm trying to teach and shit. And EJ rejected. So if it's a rejected, didn't meet our confirmations, we simply don't enter. And this thing's dropping, so we're gonna go to this one. So it doesn't retest 34.35. This level that rejected was treated as support. We're gonna look to see if price can turn to resistance and then look for continued sells. And we see gold still just chilling. Yeah, but GJ's moving on. Like I said, we went for a buy on this on Friday, and I think it might have just hit SL. I mean, SL is right here, so it technically didn't hit SL. I'm not in it though, so but it is still valid from yesterday's. I mean, not yesterday, Friday's trade because it has a stop loss, but I'm not in it. I don't know if any members are in it still. But if we can maintain whole 198.55 as support, we look for buys going back up to 199.05. That's what it looks like it's doing. So this is what I mean, right? So again, the market structures are different on each on the bigger time frames, and on the smaller time frames, we see similarities, but as well as differences. But then we also see GJ clearly pushing up while EJ rejecting to the downside, right? So don't just jump into multiple correlating pairs and think they're all going to do the same thing. So as we see, GU is slowly making his way down. So we're just patiently waiting. GJ's pushing. So who would have took a setup, we would be up. So anyone took that, you're up, but I didn't take that. I was looking at EJ, but as we see, EJ did not hold that level like GJ did. So I'm still not in any positions yet. But again, the week just started. We're just 45 minutes in the learning session. We had a great week last week, so again, I'm not tripping too much. So same thing with GU. If it doesn't retest, and I much rather look for buys up here anyways, but again, it's doing the move. Same move we went for on Friday. So we're going to be looking to see if we can break above and hold 199.10, 199.15 as support. EJ's taking a nap right now. What? Nope. That's not what we're trying to do. Yeah, we got a nice lower low trying to get made right here as well. And then with GJ, we need to hold this low as support, like we talked about in the Sunday chart analysis, for the uptrend to continue. Because as you can see, literally since after the first week of July, we've just been chilling here all month, right? This was July 7th. Literally since July 7th, we've just been chilling here. But we have been respecting in terms of this level into support. So now we just need some volume to kick in to see we can get that new higher high made, just like what happened last week when market opened tonight or last night, however you look at it, with the US30, right? With the US30, that's exactly what happened here, right? We had consolidation. This resistance low got turned to support. We got a new higher high made, right? So that's what we're going to be looking for this week going into the new month, because this is the last week of the month, which is crazy because it feels like July literally just popped up, but time be flying, man. Time be flying. GJ's pushing too, man. Let's see if EJ gonna try to catch up. Yeah, I'm still looking for buys on EJ nonetheless. We are still bullish, so I'm still looking for buys nonetheless on EJ. We'll see what this next hour looks like. But GJ pumping. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. New 5 minutes about to pop up. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. We're looking at your charts. Drop them in the chat. Yeah, we might see some setups going into this next hour right here. Let's see if we can break. We got 2 minutes, a minute and a half. Let's see if we can not only break this level. Let's see if we can break this level and close underneath here, so we can see a nice retest going into this new hour, this new 15. because we see price push right back what we was talking about. But now we need to see if we can hold this level right here. Again, look at how price is reacting to this level in real time. This is exactly why again we trade and enter and exit off these levels. GJ still pumping, EJ's pushing back up. GU again, you see rejected that level. So again, we're really gonna wait to see if price can retest 34.35, or see if we can break below and hold 34.05 as resistance. We look for sales going out at 33.75. DJ, if we can hold 199.15 as support, we can look for buys going back up to 199.65. And then EJ, we can look for buys here at 173.25. We can hold that as support. We look for buys going to 173.75. So we got a few setups we're looking at. All right, y'all. We're still going to be on the charts. But we're just looking for some more volume. Again, GJ is pushing nicely, so we're going to see how it reacts to 199.15. See if we can look for a buy signal there. We're going to be still paying attention to EJ. And then GU, again, we're waiting to see if we can break below, hold this low as resistance. Again, it's Monday. There's no high impact news, so we're just waiting for volume to kick in. So we don't see any action between now and 6 a.m. I'm just going to go back on the charts 8 a.m. 9:30, see what the markers are talking about. Again, I got a new video dropping for you at the beginning of New York session today, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. Have y'all's notes on. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram. Again, you see we've been going absolutely crazy. Make sure to take advantage of the sale because y'all know I don't really do sales that often. So take advantage while it's on. Again, 20% off everything, y'all. If you guys got any questions, y'all can contact me directly on Instagram, Telegram, TikTok, respond to all messages. But yeah, I'm going to be paying attention to GU and GJ to see if we can continue to ride this way to the downside on GU, ride the way to the upside on GJ. And then we're going to see what gold and indices guys work for us going into New York session. What's going on, Doug? I see you up in here. But yeah, we'll be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 a.m. EST.